What's good, my YouTube fam? I'm Retro Gamer Yasuke, and today I'm going to show you how to set up the FCEUX emulator. And for those of you who don't know, the FCEUX emulator is the NES emulator. So let's get started. All right, the first thing you want to do is go to your browser. From there, we're going to type in FCEUX emulator. We're going to click on this one here. And at the time of this download, the latest release is 265, released on February 7th, 2023. We're going to head up here to the top and we're going to go to download. All right. You're going to scroll down just a tad. It's going to give you some needed information. Okay. We got two builds here. As per usual, if you do the development version of FCEUX and you do plan on streaming through OBS, it may cause problems. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Win64 binary. Now you will need 7-zip to unzip this file. As per usual, I will leave a link in the description below. After it's done downloading, exit out. We're going to go over to our File Explorer. We're going to go to Downloads. Here, we're going to utilize the 7-zip. Right click it. Go to Show More Options. 7-zip. And we already know. Extract to the file it's named. After that's done, we can delete the zip file. And we're going to move this file that was just unzipped to the C drive. As per usual, this is optional. I like to put this in my program files. Drag it, drop it. Press continue. From said program files, we're going to double click it. This is going to be the application of the emulator. This is the only one you need to worry about. We're going to right click this. Of course, this is optional. You do not need to right click it. You can just click it. Right click. Show more options. Oops. Right click. Show more options. And you know how I like to send it to the desktop. Exit out of here. And now we have it on our desktop. If you keep your games on an external hard drive like I do, plug it in, plug it in. If you have a Bluetooth controller or a wired controller, plug it in, link it up. All right, we're going to open it. Now that we're opening it, the first thing we're going to do is go to config. And I'm going to do my controller first before I do anything. We want this on gamepad, and we're going to go to configure. All right. Now, I prefer to use my D-pad once again for the NES. But if you would like to use your analog stick, you can do whatever you like. Me, I'm going to use my D-pad. Up. Don't worry if you have to click it twice. Left. Down. Right. Select. Start. B is going to be my B button instead of the A button. And the A is going to be my B button instead of my A button. All right. Now we're going to close this. Once again, just like the SNES emulator, I will not be allowing diagonal movement. I don't want it. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to config one more time, and I'm going to go to video. All right. I prefer to have this checked It's checked for me. Good thing. I always like to put my games in full screen. It's a personal preference of mine. If you don't want to do that, don't click it. You can hit Alt and Enter at any time, just like anything else. As far as special filtering go, it's an NES, so I don't need to upscale anything here. And best fit, I usually uncheck it. I'm gonna check it first so you can see what it looks like, and then I'm gonna uncheck it so you can see what I like to play as. As far as Windows settings, I play in full screen, so I don't need to touch anything here. The only thing I have to worry about is what I spoke about. Oh, as far as this mode, make sure this is your display resolution at all times. I'm going to close this. All right. One more thing before I get started. Directories. I would prefer this to use my directory. We're going to go to ROMs. All right. We're going to go to my external hard drive. Here we go. Scroll down a bit. We're going to go to ROMs, of course. And we're going to highlight where your ROMs are for your NES. Okay. Everything else, I leave alone. Let's go to config one last time to make sure I got everything. I'm going to go down this list here. Everything here, I leave alone. Display, unless you want to look at your frames per second or anything like that, lag counter, stuff like that, you can enable that. I choose not to. These three, I leave alone. Directories we just did. GUI. This is pretty fun. The only thing that I like here that's pretty funny is if this asks confirmation on exit attempt. If you don't click this, this is what it looks like. Boom, I just exited. But if you click that, a little prompt shows and it asks you something different every time. Like so. Are you sure you want to leave? I'll become lonely. Doesn't that give you an incentive to stay just a little bit longer? Let's do it again and see if I get something different. I'm sorry, you missed your exit. There's another one, 19 miles. Oh my gosh, these things are pretty funny too. Let's do one more. And I promise this will be the last one. A strange game. The only winning move is not to play. How about a nice game of chess? I'm actually pretty fond of chess. All right. I don't want to leave. We're going to open the game for the first time finally. You can hit Control O at any time. As you can see, just like the SNES emulator, it does not populate the directory. You have to look for it and tell what the directory is, just like last time. Of course, I download all my games individually. Here's the list. Small list, of course, not that big. Nothing to brag about, of course. All right, let's pick a game. Let's go with this. I haven't played this in a while. Popeye. All right, I'm going to press start. All right, so here we are. He thought he got me. All right. I'm going to hit Alt Enter to get out of this. I did tell you I was going to get rid of these black bars. Now this is how you do that. You go back to config, you go to video once again, and you uncheck this best fit. This is going to stretch the screen out and you may lose some resolution. If you would like to get your resolution back, you can upscale it a bit to whatever you like. The only two I really like to upscale this is HQ2 or HQ3, but I mean, do you really need to? The experience of the SNES is the 8-bitness. So why would you want to smooth that out? Personal preference of mine, don't say anything about that. All right, let's close this. I'll make sure this isn't that. All right, to me, that looks a little bit better. And this is just, chef's kiss. All right, let's go back. One more thing you can do, you can create a save state. Now, I don't really touch bases on this because it's personal preference, but it does give you some hotkeys all readily available without you having to do it. I do have some questions myself to the viewers who are still sticking with me. This network play, just like with the Super Nintendo emulator, I have not utilized it or tried it in no way, shape, or form yet. So, if anybody has any information regarding the network play and how it works, please let me know in the comment section below so I can share it with the rest of the fam. Also, if you're interested in attempting to play network with me, let's try it. If you have the FCEUX emulator, I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know anything about it. We're going to figure it out together. And of course, at the end of it, we're going to let our YouTube fam, know the results of our tests. As far as everything else here, there's nothing here that you need to mess with, really. Let's go to tools. Here, if anybody has any information on cheats, please let me know in the comment section below. As far as everything else here, I leave alone. I never touch anything. The debug menu, I leave alone. If anybody have any information on that, please let me know in the comment section below. And once again, I've come across an emulator that I do not know how to support the developers and creators of this emulator. So if anybody have any information on that, please let me know in the comment section below. And that sums it up for this tutorial. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the comment section below. I want to thank everybody who stayed for this long. I appreciate all the time and support you've given me on this channel. Peace be with you. Remember to stay positive. Embrace your dreams. Manifest your reality. I'm Retro Gamer Yasuke once again, and you'll definitely catch me in the next one. Peace.